Hey everyone, it's Romy. For those of you that are new here, I'm a vegan food blogger and food photographer from London. And on my channel, I create a mix of videos ranging from behind the scenes of my food photography to talking about vegan lifestyle. Today, I'm actually doing something slightly different. I am tidying up my photography equipment and I'm taking you with me. I've kind of accumulated the weirdest combination of photography equipment, and I've not really sorted it out for a very long time. I think that's gonna happen today. I think over the last 10 years I had 4 different cameras and I've got like different types of equipment on each camera, and sometimes even though I didn't use the camera anymore, I still kept like certain things for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna start by dragging everything out, and you'll be surprised there is photography equipment pretty much in every corner and in every room of my apartment. So I'm basically doing a Kondo with my photography equipment. So after step 1, I'm gonna drag everything out. I'm gonna put it on the carpet in the living room so that I can see everything that I own with regards to photography equipment. So this is pretty much all of my photography equipment, and I can't believe I filled up the entire carpet. This is obviously everything minus the 2 cameras that I'm filming this with, the microphone I'm using, and my 2 little tripods, and also minus the light that I'm using. But apart from that, that's everything else. I want to ideally keep it all in the same place, but in this 1-bed flat, I kind of know that it's not possible. But yeah, let me just go through all of the equipment and let me show you what things there are. Down here, I've got some tripods. This is actually a massive tripod. It kind of goes overhead. This is like a really big one. I used to use this with a flash on the top for my portrait photography. Still comes in handy. I use it every now and then, and it also manages to get the camera on the top, so there's like different things you can do with it. So this is definitely a keeper. This one is the umbrella that goes with this, so it's like a reflective umbrella. This one is a slider that I've used for filming a couple times. I don't need it that often, but it's great to have it for when I need to film some client work. This is actually my tripod bag. I hardly ever use this just because I hardly ever take my tripod out of the house, but probably important to keep. In this big bag over here, I actually have a second one of those lights that I have, and this one actually broke. Like, I've got one of the bulbs over there, so this bulb doesn't work anymore, and the tripod broke already. Like, one of the screws just went through, and it's been a bit wobbly since. So I think the best thing to do is to just get rid of it. I've got some camera boxes here. This is from my newest camera, but I think this is, yeah, pretty much empty. I just kept this in case I needed to send anything back. I can fairly say, okay, I'm not going to send it back. I also have the box from my previous camera over here. I have no clue what's inside. There might still be some items that it came with, but I technically can get rid of this now. I've got an old bed sheet here, which I use for these wonderful large windows. So the bed sheet comes in very handy if it's sunny and I don't want any harsh lights. I just put that in front. I've got 2 little camera bags here. So one and the other. I've got a box of miscellaneous items here. I actually have no clue what is in the entire box, but I know there is my old DSLR over here. Still use this sometimes for like events whenever I go out, or if I need an additional camera. Don't know what this is. Oh yeah, this is the cover for my reflector. Finding some random things here. I think this was the cover for my phone tripod, but I never really use it. Some other like old chargers. These are weights for this massive tripod. Yeah, I'm gonna go through that box in a moment. Oh yeah, this is super handy. This is a strap, which I use when I shoot events, so I can have two cameras around my neck at the same time and have them both ready to go. So this was a very good purchase. Not very expensive. Oh my gosh, I've got an old LED light down here. I can't even get it out, but hey, it still works. Don't know how I turn this on now. Hello. I haven't used this in a while, and to be honest, I actually forgot I had this. Going over here. So these are a couple of lenses that I have and that I regularly use. This is a Tamron one. So this goes into all of my Canons basically with adapters. This is the lens that my Canon 7D actually came with. Love this lens. It's a 15 to 85mm Canon EOS F. This is an adapter. This one I used for my smaller camera, which I'm currently filming on, to use any of these. I've got some reflectors over here. These will definitely stay because I use them all of the time. There's one big one and one small and handy one. I think I showed these in my recent home studio setups. And I've got my charger and my timer camera release. This is super handy to have. Got my phone tripod. I use this for when I'm out and about, when I go to restaurants, etc. Then I've got a box of miscellaneous items. This one usually stays here in the living room / kitchen, and it has like items in there that I need regularly, like another lens for my smaller camera. It has the manual for my latest camera in it, which I haven't fully read yet. Charger for my smaller camera. I've got some cards in here, some extra batteries. Got some of these, which I use to attach my reflectors. Got my adapter here for transferring my data. Got a cloth here to clean my lenses, and some cables that I don't actually know what they belong to, so I might have to sort this one out. One thing I found in the front room were like these two little filters. I used to be obsessed with buying filters about 10 years ago, and I don't actually know whether these filters fit onto any of the lenses that I have. I think I bought these when I had a Nikon camera 10 years ago. So I'm going to be testing this out and then seeing whether I'm going to be selling them. Also got my current LED light over here. This is really helpful. It's dimmable. I only bought this last year. This is the box that it came with, which I normally keep it in. Sometimes I use it too often. I'm too lazy to put it back into the box though. So maybe I'll get rid of the box. A random selection of cables over here. I know this one is the charger for that battery. Is actually part of a little light tent that I bought. I actually forgot to pull this out. I think it's been behind the cupboard in my bedroom. Another remote over here. I've got a newer one that has a timer on it, but this one worked with my old camera as well. I don't know if I ever need like a setup where I might need two cameras and then it's good to have a remote, so I might keep this one. Then I have this random box of assortments in the bedroom. I think this has lots of camera straps, flashes, 2 of them, lots of more cables, more filters, parts that belong to a tripod. Yeah, I think I'm going to go through all of this stuff now. Okay, now I've done a rough sort out. These are the things that are a definite no. It's mostly rubbish, things that are broken, things that I don't even know why I still had them. Then these cables down here, I think I can probably sell, or I'm at least going to try to sell them. They belong to my lights as well. Some of them are actually European plugs. I'm obviously not going to use that anyway here. But I've got a small pile here. This is maybe a couple of things I need to go through. I need to check whether it still works, need to evaluate whether it's still of value for me or not. There are some lenses here as well. Both of them are kind of broken-ish. One of them, just a piece of plastic broke, but the rest of the lens still works. And the other one has the aperture stuck, but the rest of the lens still works. So I might just try and sell it as a broken item, just so at least somebody can reuse it. I need to go through these things in a moment. There's lots of SD cards, compact flash cards as well. Some of them are ridiculously small, like 2 GB or so. So I kind of need to figure out, is there still anything on those cards that I might need? This is my yes pile. So these are a couple of the items that I use every day. I've got some of the boxes here that I'd emptied out. This belongs to the light that I'm still using here. So I'm just gonna keep this bag for when I need to use the light out of the house, because this is really handy to transport it without breaking it. This is the state of it. So I'm gonna go through all of these maybe items now. One of the items I've got here is actually a battery grip for my old DSLR, which I've got here. I can't really sell this for much nowadays anymore, so I might as well keep it in case I need like a second camera. So I'm definitely going to keep this camera. The battery grip is just really good because I don't need to change the batteries that quickly. So I think this is going to stay as well. I might, however, simply just leave it together with the camera. Let me sort that out right now, actually. You can see I've got some fair tear and wear out of this battery grip already in the last couple of years. I actually found some odd pieces from old tripods that I had. I think this used to be to put an umbrella in, like one of those flash umbrellas. It doesn't actually fit onto any of the tripods I have anymore, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Same goes for this. I don't even know why I took this off. I think I was trying to build something from a broken tripod, but I never actually managed to get it working properly, so this can go as well. The manual for my current camera. You might say, well, I've only just gotten this and it would be really helpful, but to be honest, I can find the manual online. I don't need a paper version of it, so this is going to go into recycling. With this thing, I don't even know what this is for. It kind of looks like a rain cape, but it's ridiculously small. I think it might be a rain cape for one of my camera bags. In the time that I've had my cameras, I've never used this. So I think it's time to say goodbye. This is the bag for my phone tripod. You take this tripod out of the house all of the time and I've never used this bag with it. So I think this has no real use for me. Also, the quality is like really cheap and plasticky. So this is gonna go for sure. Just found one of my very first business cards for my blog. So I found these 2 bags. They are actually for my flashes. It would kind of make sense if I actually kept my flashes in there. This cable, I believe, belongs to my graphics tablet. So I don't actually know how this got into my photography stuff. Then I've also got these 2 lenses. They are both broken. I think I mentioned this earlier. This one has a piece of plastic missing. The rest of the lens still works. The lens cap for this half is missing. I might just try to sell this like on eBay as broken parts, whatever. This one also, it fell down a couple of years ago. The aperture is stuck at aperture 11 and it doesn't change anymore. But yeah, maybe somebody will have a use for it. You never know. Sorting out those cables. Some of those things, I don't actually remember what this is for. I think I used to use this. It's a very long flash cable. That's what that is for. I haven't seen one of those in a while. As you can tell, I was really surprised. I don't think I need this. Also found one of these really cute, really tiny tripods. Forgot I had that. Never use it, so I think it's a good buy. Off to all of these filters. I think I might just grab all of my lenses and see if any of them actually still fit onto anything that I own. Yeah, this goes on here. So it turned out I had the same filter actually twice. So these 2 are the same. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'll keep this one. It seems a better quality than the other one. This filter in here, I don't even remember what it is for, but I might as well just keep it on this camera just to keep the lens safe. Then I've got these 2 filters. They're very small filters and I haven't used them in a very long time. This is actually a star filter. So when you have small lights in a picture, you can actually make them look like stars. I don't think it fits onto any of the lenses I have. Nope, too big for this one. Let me try the other one. Yeah, it does fit on this one. So now that I know that it fits onto that lens, I'm just going to keep this one. This is a UV filter, also same size, so this will also fit onto my lens over here. UV filters are really helpful for filming outside or photographing outside, so I'm going to keep this one as well. And if I'm completely honest, I don't think that anybody needs this many cards for that camera. Look at this one, 256 megabytes. Isn't that cute? Oh, 128. We're getting better and better. I think I've had these cards for like 15 years. So what I'll probably do with those, I'm just gonna pop them all into my computer and get any files off there that I might want to get off. So I think it might be worth getting rid of them. I also found this little remote control which I probably used back in the day. I even forgot I had it. I don't think I'll be needing this anymore. So this will go onto the away pile. This can go, I think this has been sliding around for years, hence why I had such weird knots in the ends, because it's just been not keeping my camera safe. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. So here we are. This is actually the entire pile that I've sorted out to get rid of. Well, this one as well, this is just things I might want to try and sell. These are things that are plain rubbish basically, because they're either broken or so unusable that there's no point in trying to do anything else with them. This is all of the stuff that I am actually keeping. It's things that I use regularly or actually have a use for. All of these things are staying. Now the next task is just for me to actually tidy them up and find a place for all of them. I'm going to keep this white box here in the living room. I usually have this on the shelf up there, and this is where I have all of the little knickknacks that I might need regularly. So like additional small lenses, additional cards, batteries and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just going to sort all of this out now. Surprised with the amount of stuff that I've gotten rid of, but this has felt very productive, and I'm very happy to put these couple of things here back to like my equipment, because it just feels so much more tidy. I have a clue now what I actually own, because there are a couple of things that I'd even forgotten about. Getting rid of all of the rubbish items now. It's gonna be the next task, which is usually always the bigger task for me. Anyways, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos, photography, behind the scenes, vegan food, whatever. Just make sure to give a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Stay awesome. Bye bye. Oh. Bye.